Good afternoon again. We was checking the battery and accidentally turned off the phone. So we simply turned around, plugged it in because we are too high on Kava to call it quits now. No, no, no,
Yeah,
no. There's no calling it quits right now. We have just begun.
100%.
And yeah, we got it on charge
Mm-hmm.
and we are going to continue our holy, holy plant talk.
Yes, sir.
Not because we're talking about it, because the plants are holy.
The plants are moving our nervous systems to a very mystical place, which is what they do.
Yes, it is.
I'll start off with chanting of the sacred names of the Supreme Being, and then I want to read you some things that I wrote down in um, in a plant-inspired place. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare.
Beautiful.
I honor the Supreme Person, which underlies and permeates and balances all things, in which we are a manifestation of. Okay. This is a couple different things here, just some things that I wrote down recently.
Real quick, I'm
Yeah.
going to say me and him, uh, like I said the last video, we try to get together at least once a week. We try to get really out there on Kava, and we bring forth to what we call the great work table a lot of things we may have read, wrote, or listened to, and we ask each other, opinions on these things, and we see if we could, if it might possibly be a puzzle piece that could go on the main board.
Yeah.
But we definitely encourage writing for sure,
Yes.
and I feel like it's a great way to just kind of clear your mind to get a lot of unimportant things out, a lot of good things in.
Yeah.
But there's just something about having it down on a piece of paper and then going back to it later and may possibly seem, wow, I've already changed since then.
Right.
I've noticed that I do that a lot too.
Yeah, man. When I read some of my writings from a couple years ago, I'm like,
Sometimes I'm like, ugh.
right, exactly. But that's part of the building
Yeah.
blocks of a spiritual foundation.
Absolutely. I'm ready to hear this, brother.
Okay. So like I said, I got a couple different sections, a couple different days. This is on Christmas Day actually.
Huh.
Insatiable hunger, pitiful anguish, engulfs the flesh and soul of the sleepwalkers. How long can we suck the vital salts of the earth without effect? Life is wet, juicy, and warm, balm. Death is dry sterility. It's all I see. Oh, this side of the membrane, death is ultimate reality, yet we ignore this fact. We do everything to stifle the silence, the deafening silence begging you to turn around before there's no time left to spare. Everyone dies, everyone is dead. Death rides on a white horse galloping straight at us. Best prepare for the inevitable. Rip down the veil that lulls you to sleep through playing your primate neurology like a fiddle. Touch base with eternity. Your eternal self lies deep beneath your perishing flesh, rotting, oozing, sagging. Attachment to self is unwise. The self dies as it is born. It never existed to begin with. Yourself is a construct erected out of cultural indoctrination. Stimulus training. Okay. Yourself is a construct erected out of cultural indoctrination, stimulus training, and based on boneheaded assumptions about reality. So listen to that one more time. Yourself is a construct erected out of cultural indoctrination, stimulus training, and based on boneheaded assumptions about reality. Break away, be silent, watch, listen, cut your own way through the jungle. The universe is fractal in nature, so any piece of it that you study is influenced by and connected to all other pieces that you study. So the appearance of your mystical practices has more to do with the unique qualities of your soul than anything else. What I'm saying here, or at least what I had in my mind when I wrote this part, I said how the universe is fractal in nature. So, a fractal is basically a geometric form that the big picture looks just like the small portion of it, so that like the big thing is made up of itself in the small parts, that's what a fractal is. And so the universe itself is fractal in nature, and we can study this. Seashores and all kinds of things in nature are fractal, and in alchemy and occultism, there's the idea of as above, so below, and there's the idea that if you want to understand the soul, you simply need to quiet your mind and look within, and because you are the universe, you are the universe. So if you want to understand the universe, right, all you gotta do is look within yourself, because you are a microcosm of the the laws of the universe, which are everywhere else. So we can extrapolate through our own bodies, through our local nature and stuff like that. And then I said,
beautiful words, by the way.
Thank you, sir.
I really mean that.
Thank you, sir. And I said this too: the appearance of your mystical practices. You know what I mean by that? The appearance of your mystical practices. So, what symbols do you use? What cosmology are you using?
Your
that is. It doesn't really matter. You can pick whatever deity you want to be a medium.
Same thing with like the teachers that were come before us.
Yes.
You're not going to do any wrong if you go to the Aleister Crowley way or the Ram Dass way. You might have a mixed bag of all of them.
The goal is to get free.
Yeah.
That's the goal. To get free. We are trapped, and that's the whole reason we're here.
Can I say something real quick to that?
Yes.
Our last video, we just kind of had this big thing to where we was talking about sometimes we wake up in the middle of the night and really start to get scared thinking about dying. Like everything else, on the other hand of that, a couple weeks ago, like I told you, I had a stomach virus, and I was thinking to myself, it's my turn to suffer, like as far as sickness goes. Right. Everybody gets this stuff, everybody suffers. I haven't had one in a long time.
Right.
And I said to myself, I'm fucking suffering. And just things such as this, we really need to look forward to letting this body go.
Exactly, dude. This is what Buddhism is all about. The realization that no matter how good you have it on this planet, think about Led Zeppelin in the 70s. Okay? You can't get any more excessive than that, the rock and roll lifestyle, especially back then. They were just insanity. Just indulging in everything. Drugs, sex, food, anything. Just the highest quality, pleasures that a human being can possibly have. That right there, that maximum pleasure that a human being can have is just a sliver of what is possible in these in Hinduism, what they call higher planets. And so the idea is that which you need a model of reincarnation for this to work. You die, and you will spend time in these. So say your karma was not completely resolved. You still have some karma. You're going to have to come back to the earth eventually to finish it. But say you die and you have good karma and you treated people with compassion, you allowed your body to be an aperture for divinity and for divine consciousness to manifest. And when you die, your soul will go into these higher planets, and the pleasure there is amazing. It's beautiful.
Absolutely.
And
sir.
it's pleasurable, and it's amazing. And I'm pretty sure you get to be in the abode of Krishna. Now this is where it gets really far out.
Okay, let's listen.
So I talk about Krishna. I've talked about this higher planet,
Absolutely, sir.
Goloka, and there's other higher planets too.
Yes, sir.
Which is based. Just to review, higher planet in Hinduism is the idea that when you die and if you have good karma, that you will kind of spend time in this heaven basically until you have to come back and finish your work. Now, on the flip side, if you have really bad karma and you were not compassionate, you did not connect to the loving bliss consciousness of Krishna or divinity in whatever form that you connect with divinity, and maybe you did horrible things, you treated people badly, you treated life badly, animals, people,
and a negative outlook on everything.
Right. And if you die in that state, I think that it would make sense that you could find yourself in a hell realm. Buddhism talks about the hell of hungry souls, and look at Donald Trump. Look at people that are just doing everything they can to just suck up as many resources as they can, food, money, whatever, just to accumulate. That mentality will end up with you in a hell realm, according to Buddhism. So that because an awakened person would see the pursuit of material pleasures as foolish, But this person, there's rich people who are selling their souls, so to speak, to obtain material things. People will compromise. People will compromise their values for power, and it's insane. It's really insane what people will do to have power, and it's not worth it.
Let me kind of add something to that, a little bit different, but kind of the same thing. I just want to say, first of all, I love you, brother.
I love you too, dog.
It's not only so great to be here, but in this, and I don't know how this is possible, but the Kava continues to deliver more than the time before.
Exactly.
And
dude, this is what I was telling you,
it's making me,
and it will last a long time, I promise you.
Appreciate this very conversation we're having more than I usually would. I always do appreciate it. And it's you know what? Kava can be not only the most mystical plant I have ever indulged on, but it maximizes your emotions.
Yes.
And it just makes you want to cry tears. You ever heard the term tears of joy? And you're just so happy and it feels so good to cry. That's what I could do on Kava.
Yeah.
And you know what? I see the Buddha right now.
Yes.
I picture
see the Buddha too.
Buddha. I picture Krishna.
Yeah.
I look at the man that people called the wickedest man in the world, a.k.a. Aleister Crowley, and I see God.
Yeah.
He's the real deal.
Yeah.
And you know what?
The more I study him, the more I realize that he is the real deal. 100%.
I want to elaborate just a little bit on what he was talking about. And, the extent that people will go for certain things. Yeah. For example, he brought up Donald Trump.
Yeah.
He has conquered, I guess you could say, his finances and money to the most extreme way possible. So he got power hungry. And there is And that's a very large scale.
Yeah, there's all kinds of
uh,
different degrees.
You know, like there's people that
And
own
fast food jobs that are
absolutely
totally focused on their pointless job.
You know, I know a person right now that I can think of who, where I work, he takes his job so seriously that he actually makes everybody else's lives very miserable.
Yeah.
You never want to be the person to make somebody feel uncomfortable.
No.
And you also want to try to separate what possibly your family, your spouse, obviously, I'm not saying to not listen to your spouse because I'm married and I always, to the best of my ability, listen to my wife.
At least consider.
At least consider.
Truthfully. It doesn't mean you're going to agree
things
all
that
the
we
time.
disagree
Right.
about. For example, she feels that it's not necessary for me to use kratom. And I explained to her, and not to go off, I want to say this. There's a big difference in traditional powdered kratom
and extracts.
And we get from West Coast than extracts, and especially the 7-OH that people have used. We had our little splurge with 7-OH, and now we're done with it.
Yeah,
we want to say real quick.
Going back to that,
7-OH
it just wasn't worth it.
Is not worth it. It's really not for us at the end of the day.
It just 7-OH is so. Let me get my chemist classes on for a second.
Go right ahead,
and
sir.
just explain to people exactly why 7-O is not the best option.
Absolutely.
You know, so
this needs to be said in one of our videos.
100%. So Mitragyna speciosa, which is a plant native to Malaysia and countries neighboring it. And kratom gained popularity in Thailand and Malaysia. In Thailand, they made opium super expensive. You know, because people in Thailand, you know, laborers, people like that, they would often use opium to help them get work done. And since they put this heavy tax on opium in Thailand, people started using this plant that grew off a tree called kratom.
So they simply walk out to their yard
and just put it
and they get the
leaf
leaves.
in their lap. Yeah, and they don't
whitening down.
They don't do.
Down.
This is a tree. He's like Redming.
Yeah.
You know, I think that
the color of the leaves.
I think all that
maturity.
is. Yes, it's maturity. It's
Maturity,
the same tree. You can have a whitening done, a red and a green, all there.
The way
that's the way I take it.
You know, you go outside to the tree there, and the trees that have just you know, come up. I mean, the leaves that have just come up would be whitening dye, which is they take it at a very early stage. A middle would be green. The latest, most mature is the red. I'm pretty sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
And all you know, they're all pretty similar. It's just a slightly different ratio.
Now, people go on and on about how the red will put you to sleep, and you know, yes, granted, honestly, the only difference, the red. They're all amazing, all the strains, but the red just doesn't seem to be as euphoric.
It doesn't quite hit it. I would assume
more of a pain relief, evidently.
Right.
I don't know. Kratom in general will alleviate pain, and I want to say real quick, it gives me endurance because I went,
which is not what 7-O does. 7-O does something totally different. Now we'll get to that.
A good minute without it last week, a couple weeks ago, due to a little sickness. And as soon as I took kratom again, I just felt my energy and endurance, and I was back to me.
So what I want to say here is, going back to the Thailand situation, the Thai government made kratom illegal. Think about that. So, dude, all
that's
the
such a tease. You have all those trees, and you can't even get. Oh,
exactly. Dude, and think about this: all of our kratom that we buy, It's coming from
Let me
Thailand
ask you this.
and Malaysia and Vietnam.
Let me ask this real
Yet
quick.
it's illegal there. Yep.
How can they make something illegal that's in your yard? That's my question.
That is one of the great hypocrisies. Well, think about this. DMT is illegal and it's in your brain.
That's a good point.
Yeah. But as far as the pharmacology of Mitragyna speciosa, I will get into that now. The principal compound in kratom is called mitragynine. And mitragynine is a weak opioid alkaloid, and it is a medium strength mood booster and endurance booster. For example, when I take it at work, I don't get tired as easily, and it is not at all the same feeling as taking a stimulant. It's not at all. You don't have the jitters. You don't crash hard. That's one of the most amazing things about kratom is essentially there's no crash. You just very smoothly go back to baseline. And I'd say the big reason for that is that kratom is not toxic, or it has very low toxicity. Now, there are other alkaloids in kratom leaf other than mitragynine. Now, mitragynine is the most abundant alkaloid in kratom, but there are others. I don't remember all of the minor ones, but you can look it up. But this is the thing. Kratom has trace amounts. I mean trace amounts of a compound called 7-hydroxy mitragynine.
Yes, and we do mean trace.
Yeah, I can grab one of my kratom bags and show you. Actually, let me see.
Well, let's just say real quick that this holy plant of kratom, the leaf, nature did not intend for this to be extracted.
So, just to wrap up this thought of the reason I use leaf and not 7-0.
Both of us.
As someone who has used 7-0 a decent amount to know what it does.
For sure.
I used it for a couple months, and
we both had our run with it really good,
and we haven't taken in about a week now,
and we're done for sure with that.
It's just not worth it. But going back to wrap up my thought, so mitragynine, which is the most abundant compound, it is a weak opioid and a medium strength stimulant.
Yes.
So the opioid aspect of it is not super prominent. So, and the reason for that is mitragynine is what you call a partial opioid agonist.
Now the 7-OH is a
full.
Wow.
So you have mitragynine, which is abundant in kratom leaf, and then you have 7-OH, 7-hydroxy mitragynine, and it exists in, like I said, trace amounts. I have bags of kratom that. Not near me at the moment, it's in the closet, but it lists the percentage of compounds in the kratom, and it will say 5% mitragynine, and then it'll go to 7-OH, and then it will be 0.0197, like that's how much milligrams that has per few
Let
grams.
me add something really quickly.
And it, like I said, 7-0 is a full opioid agonist.
Yes.
And it's much stronger. It's ridiculous how much stronger it is.
I can't say enough to put the point across.
It makes your tolerance skyrocket.
Regular kratom powder feels
better.
So much better and healthier.
Because you're keeping your tolerance low. You're not consuming these solvents that these companies have used. I have felt much healthier since I've not used 7-OH. And like I said, we talked about it. I don't plan on taking it ever again. You know, I thought I would give it a try. You know, there's some pros about it, you know, not having to mix up leaf, you know, but that's about it.
Does my eyes look kind of closed?
Getting there.
I'm getting kind of Kava.
I just drug my second Kava, dude.
I'm
I was like,
feeling high. This
Yeah.
is now. It's getting to the point to where I'm just getting.
yeah, me too, dude. I actually didn't expect myself to drink those two, but I did.
I
about
bet
that?
you're kind of shocked about how kind of crazy I've been on this.
No,
today, right?
you went crazy. You
And,
know,
the day's not done either.
No. But you handle your Kava good most
Thank
of
you.
the time.
Thank you for saying that.
Rarely, yeah. Now,
The truth is,
A lot of people-
sometimes me and him, we love Kava so much, and you know, when we get together, we just kind of want to get drunk on
Yeah.
it. But the truth is, a lot of people, and there's been a couple times to where you can get nauseous, and I'm going to be honest. I'm taking my chances with the nauseous
Me
when I'm with
too.
you.
yeah.
If I get
Dude,
nauseous,
if
if
you
I
throw
throw
up,
up,
who gives a
hey,
fuck?
no big deal. At least I
Just me
enjoyed
and
my
you.
high. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
exactly.
I'd rather throw up on the sacred plant.
Now, if Amber was here, my girlfriend was here, then
Yeah.
I'd be like,
Mm-hmm.
you know, I
Hey,
don't want
man.
to look like a fiend in
Yeah.
front of her.
But anyway, he just covered some amazing things. You know, explained the difference of the Matrajana and regular 7OH.
Yeah.
Now I just want to stress so much the combination of regular powdered
Yeah.
kratom and kava, for example.
It hits consistently.
Oh,
That's
and-
the thing.
and here's the thing.
With 7OH,
It-
if you're a powder user and you take a 30
I
milligram
love powder
7OH,
so much more.
you're going to get
I
blasted.
truly love powder so much more.
You're going to get blasted off 30 milligrams of 7O, but
I
try to
feel
do
bad.
it again.
I feel bad for people who
It's
are
not as
strictly
near as effective.
7OH addicts.
Oh, that's
I really feel
horrible.
bad. You know,
It's so
I'm
unsustainable.
glad that I got out of
Me
it.
too.
I'm glad you got out of it, and I'm never planning on taking it
Yeah.
again. I really, truly mean
Because
that.
I got to the point with the 7O where I was thinking like, damn, I hope Cameron's ready to get off of this stuff because I don't want to do this anymore.
Wow, I
You know?
respect you thinking that.
I was
man.
like, you know, because you know, if
I
you're
wouldn't
doing-
myself.
right?
I felt different. I want to say this, you know, 7OH. Now, you compare the compound 7OH to this very holy kava and this very holy kratom.
No comparison.
Both of these,
They literally feel better. Do you not feel better now than you did when you were taking 7O?
I can talk and talk and talk
Exactly.
right now. You know,
If I was on 7O, dude, you have a video of me on 7O.
do.
And remember that? I was
Yeah.
literally just nodding out at the end of it.
Look, we want to say this real quick. We are very, very big disciples of powder kratom.
Totally.
And for kava.
Kratom is one of our sacraments, you know?
That's what
It's
we do when we get together. And you know what? Right now, isn't it working as great as it always has? for us?
100%.
And it's good to be back home.
It is.
And we just wanted to give a real quick opinion
Yeah.
on what we thought about 7OH.
Yeah.
And again,
And, you know, we want to send out a warning to any kratom users out there
hey,
that might be interested. It's
if-
really not worth it, guys.
if you guys decide to switch to 7OH,
Try Kava. Try
try
some good
Kava.
Kava with your powder. It'll boost it amazingly.
because be prepared to not only spend a ridiculous amount of
Yeah.
money, and that's the bummer side of it, but be prepared to have a mood shift permanently. You're going to be changed until you. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know how much this means to you. It's a little hard to explain. You're not going to feel as mystical or spiritually moved. It's more like it.
I agree with that.
Right today, just doing the powder along with the kava, I feel, as a lot of people may look at this funny, but spiritually moved.
Yeah.
I feel more like getting into the great work and figuring things out rather than being on a 7OH and nodding
See?
off listening to music.
And another
Which is nothing wrong with
aspect,
that.
you know, not to
Music's made
ramble.
around this kind of kratom.
Yeah.
It is.
100%. Not to ramble about the 7O, but I want to say this about it. Like I said, if you're a leaf user and you pop 30 milligram tab of 7O, you're going to get blasted.
You're gonna feel like a god.
But then try to do that again in 3 hours.
You're not.
It will.
It's not consistent.
It will be less than a powder. It's just
You're
so
not gonna
strong.
really feel shit.
You won't.
You honestly,
You'll just be doing that to get back to normal.
yeah.
You know, and that's not where you want to be. It's not worth it. It really
It's
is.
not worth it, man. It's hey, it's a money thing too. They knew that when they did this.
100%.
And
And we're not going to buy it anymore.
and look, I mean that too.
Me too.
I know I told you that
Right.
the first time.
Yeah.
Because but I in the back of my mind, I was kind of
Yeah.
like, I want to try this
That
again.
second time around for me, because
That
I
broke
took a
me.
break from it too.
It broke
Went
me.
back to it, and I was like, yeah.
I wanted to
to
experiment a little bit more.
Me too.
And we both did.
And dude, look, I don't even
There's nothing-
regret it.
I don't either.
Because it wasn't, it was available, and
But
we
hey,
experimented.
I
But,
can promise you this, guys,
yeah.
that wasn't me and him.
No.
And you know what?
really
I
wasn't.
even felt like our talks were different.
Mhm.
I felt like we honestly wasn't able to connect the way we usually do.
It was too numb.
I just feel like we were just fucking out there, man.
Yeah.
And
You remember that time you came over and I was trying to hook up the switch?
Yeah.
I was just in a bad mood. I was just like,
you know what? It's you know what? I've even been in kind of a bad mood. In front of my wife
Yeah.
about crazy
too, man.
things. And you know what? I can't say enough, and I'll end it at this,
Yeah.
unless you want to say something.
Yes, sir.
I feel fucking home
Yeah.
with kratom powder,
me too, man.
especially with the Kava.
Me too. And I'm so happy to be off the 7-0. It just wasn't.
I'm glad
wasn't my
to
cup
be
of
off
tea.
the 7-0. I'm glad to be off the job today.
Yes,
And
me
I'm
too.
glad to be with my main
Me
man.
fucking too, dog.
More than anything, sir.
Shit, what was I going to say? I felt like I was going to say something about 7-0. Last little comment.
Oh.
But oh yeah, I know what I was going to say. I was going to say, I love Alan Watts, and he talks about something that I find so fascinating and simple and beautiful.
Eyes are starting to shut.
So the fucking fall asleep.
It's so funny.
The Kava, dude, will grab you by the balls.
Let me tell you something. There's no gender in when you're guzzling Kava.
Yeah.
And if you don't feel like you're on the edge
Of becoming a lady.
of a lady, or if you're on the edge of death itself,
Yeah.
you just simply haven't drank enough of it.
Yep.
I feel genderless. 100%. I'm not
Dude,
exaggerating.
That's strange because I honestly do too.
I feel fucking. Oh God, I've never been so out there on Kava. Maybe I have. I just don't fucking remember.
Dude, you haven't taken it in a long time.
I mean, I just fucking downed 6 shells probably
Yes!
today.
That's crazy. Most people would
I
probably
can't
be
fucking
sick.
hear really shit.
Yeah.
Hell, man, I am. Wow.
Yeah. Out there, dog.
I mean, whoa.
Yeah.
I'm like
It's an
waiting.
interesting feeling, isn't it?
I'm waiting for it to ease up, but it's not
Right.
going anywhere.
Yeah.
Right now.
Dude, I promise you, dude, it will last a long time.
I
I don't
tell
know
you-
what it is. When I did it yesterday, it lasted forever.
I tell you what, I'm in a dreamscape
Yeah,
right now. So
I feel like that too.
I'm just talking.
Yeah.
You know, one thing after another. We're just covering some material.
Right.
Might as well cover it now on Kava.
Yeah.
Better than being just your regular sober self and
Yeah.
being
Because what is your
aware
right?
with about what you're saying.
Aware with what? The 3D world.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, are we going to line up, what truths are we going to line up with? Are we going to line up with the plant truths?
Right.
Or are we going to line
Culture.
up with the culture truths? You know what? We prefer to line up with Kava's truth.
Yeah.
Grandma Kava is what we like to refer to her as.
It's been around for thousands of years.
She's
Mankind has
taught
partaken.
a great many of men the truth.
Yep.
And thank you for teaching. Yeah, you know
Yes.
I'm high right now.
Yeah. Start talking to him.
I don't mean to keep interrupting you,
all
sir.
good.
What was you going to say, my good handsome sir?
Last thing I was going to say was, I think one lesson we can take from, substance
Wow.
abuse and stuff like that, because if, people see us taking kratom and getting loaded on kava, and they might see that as like a well, we're just drug users.
Why don't they just drink them a beer?
Exactly.
Why do they want that Kava or whatever it is?
Yeah. Well, one reason is it's
Kind of hate the consciousness of what you're
accentuates
on, but okay.
accentuates your spiritual sense of things.
Absolutely,
Makes
sir.
it much more easier to express yourself. Things of that nature.
It's only 12:37 too.
That's so crazy.
We're doing good.
Fuck
Oh,
yeah.
man, it's good to be here.
And I want to say this: a lesson that we can learn from substance abuse. Look at cocaine and the Amazon rainforest. Those people use cocoa leaves all the time, and they're okay.
Cool.
They're not addicted. They're not fucked up, but they chew on the leaves. Well, when we extract the substance and put it into a powder where it's pure,
absolutely.
that's when it becomes a problem. That's when it becomes a social problem, and that's exactly what happened with 7-0.
It's like the
We don't want that.
The great beast 666 Aleister Crowley. Probably, I would imagine this story to take place in the late 1800s, early 1900s. He and another gentleman were working on some magic, and this gentleman was about to prepare for the ceremony. And Crowley got kind of riled up at him and came up to him and said, "Whoa, whoa, whoa!" He said, "You're not even supposed to go near the sacred circle yet. You're not doing anything until you do your opium."
Wow.
And that always got me so cracked up because it's a serious business. It's a day of serious business. Whenever me and my main man get together, we don't just start opening up holy books. We make sure that we take our kratom kava combo together, and then maybe 30-40 minutes later we have more kava, and 34 minutes after that we have more kava, and then we just kind of do continuous kava shells until we're passed out in our chairs seeing John Dee's alchemy signs. That's what it's all about, brother man. And I can't stress enough. Oh, good Lord, you listen to me, whoever's watching this. I can't stress enough. If you're an alcohol user, I'm so sorry to say this because I'm a humble person, but you're so wrong. And you know what? You're so wrong.
Yeah.
Anybody who thinks alcohol is the answer to anything, it's what the government wants you to drink.
Yeah.
Kava is the answer. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Honestly, I recommend Kava more than anything I've ever tried.
Yeah.
Only, you know why? Only because it's not addictive too.
100%.
Kratom is revelational.
Right.
But if
They
somebody
have it
doesn't
for
want to, get a habit of it, just like a sugar habit or a coffee habit.
Yeah.
Now, I do want to say, take mysticism out of it, which is the biggest part, and take touching Jesus Christ's throne out of it, and glancing a little bit at the Buddha himself. Take all that away. Kava and kratom has helped me get to a more desirable weight.
Yeah.
Like I said, I used to be very obese.
Yeah.
I
was quite worried about you.
He was worried. I was close to 260 pounds at my height.
And your diet was
absolutely horrible. My wife was very worried about me. She was actually planning on me passing away now that I'm gotten better. And
I think it prevents you from obsessing over food.
You know what though? Interesting enough, a lot of people don't know this. I eat a lot.
Right.
I just not a lot compared to what I remember was a lot.
Right.
But recently, after getting a stomach virus a couple weeks ago, ever since I've had my appetite back, I've been just eating a lot.
Yeah.
It's been good to eat again, And
when you're sick, it does feel good.
I've been eating like 3 grilled cheese sandwiches for lunch every day for the past week.
Grilled cheese is a weird sad.
I want to say this, and again, granted, I'm going from one thing to the next. I am being moved by the Kava realm. The Kava gods have smiled upon me today.
Yep.
And I want to thank them, first and foremost. Secondly, I just want to say the way I feel here with my main man on this Kava consciousness is nothing but love and serenity and
Yeah.
peace. And I just want to say, why can't we operate this way?
Like
You know,
all
like
the time.
all the time. Why can't everybody operate this way?
Perhaps that's what enlightenment is. Perhaps that is what you know. I like to think like, you know, if there is a spiritual universe, you know, what is it doing right now? What are entities doing right now? What is deities doing right now? And the Srimad Bhagavatam, it talks about the concept of God versus the concept of absolute truth, and how those are two different things, and that there's a reality behind Krishna, behind that's formless and is the source of all things. It's one without another. Whatever this oneness is that doesn't have a form, it derives its power from nothing.
You know,
Krishna derives his power from this thing, from this source that we all come from. So it's so crazy, like there's a reality behind the gods, you know?
You know, this is the most euphoria I've had in a long, long time. And I don't remember what our last video was like, but it's been too long since we made a video.
It really has. I enjoy it so much. You know, might as well, you know, record it. We have these conversations anyway.
Yeah. And you know what? We know a lot of people get hung up on God or these gods or what are these names or the devil or, you know, in this area, it's unfortunate, you know, like Buddhism isn't too much of a...
It's not very prevalent.
It's not something people practice here. But when you get into these things, you will see that this is what it's all about, and these are the truths.
I really do think, you know, maybe we can close out with this.
Yes, sir.
One of my favorite quotes from William Blake, the mystic poet. I know I've told you this many times. If the truth can be said, it will be believed.
Yes, sir.
That there's an aspect.
Going to say that too.
Yes, he quotes that.
I thought so.
Yep.
Okay.
McKenna quotes that all the time.
Yes, sir.
And I believe that. I believe that there's a part of ourselves that resonates with truth. You know, I think, you know, we should all quiet ourselves down enough to listen and feel that resonance.
Absolutely, sir.
Do you have anything else you'd like to?
I would just like to say, I've had such a blast.
Me too, dude.
I'm having this talk.
Yeah.
I want to say that there's some people out there that I definitely don't like.
Right.
Not to turn Christian, because it's not of all Christian. It's trying to achieve high consciousness. And I want to say that I wish nothing bad on anybody. I'm not trying to sound no holy.
Yeah.
I wish nothing bad on anybody. Matter of fact, I only hope that everybody can have the most peaceful 3D existence as possible. Yeah. I wish everybody to turn away from the authority figures. Yeah. Because they're not the authority. I wish everybody to turn away from all politicians and to turn away, as hard as it may be, from all the people who would bring you down if you was to get into this. Yeah. Drop whatever religion that you may have
that you feel is holding you back, you know,
and start searching the truth no matter what the cost.
Yeah, dude, that right there, you know, devotion to truth.
I'm not saying you're going to get a bunch of answers,
right? But the highest truth that your little human mind can conceive.
You will get something out of that.
Totally.
I definitely recommend listening to Terrence McKenna, Ram Dass, Leicester Crowley's poetry. Yeah. Reading his books if you feel moved to. They're very serious to get into, and you want to be in a right frame of mind before jumping into Crowley stuff.
Totally. And you know, you want a decent
anything,
understanding
honestly.
of witchcraft and stuff like that. But
You know, the Eastern mystics were right, and also a lot of these occultists, John D. Edward Kelly, they went two different paths to get to the sun.
yeah,
And me and him, for example, study the occult just as much as we study Buddhism.
yeah,
And they're both amazing. They're
Yeah.
both beautiful. You know, the more and more we get into the Buddhism, he was starting to really take off reading to both of us the Gita,
yeah,
the Bhagavad Gita.
sure.
And you know, for example, the Hare Krishna chant
Yep.
has been so beautiful, and
Yeah.
I just now recently have been chanting it without having to read it.
Yeah,
And
that's awesome.
It's amazing.
And dude, you can just, I do it all the time, dude. Like, I could be breading at work or something and just saying it in my mind. You can connect with divinity wherever you are through this sacred mantra.
But we ask that, first of all, if this is what you're watching, thank you.
Yeah.
Even if you skipped through it. Me and him are simply looking to spread awareness of the great work.
Yeah.
We are trying to put this puzzle together ourselves. We feel that we have learned many answers. We feel that we are on the right path. But do we have all the answers? Absolutely
No.
not. We are at a very young learning stage of all of this.
Yep.
We feel that with enough dedication, enough work, and enough going by your heart
Yep.
and trying to live your life replace all of the hate with love.
Yeah.
As much as possible, as hard as it may be, trust me, I
Yeah.
understand that. Then you will have truths revealed to you. On top of that, if you're partaking in any what we call plant shamanic medicine, such as Kava, that will reveal truths as well.
The synchronicity aspect is incredible too.
You're right, brother.
Once you
Brother,
dip your feet
me
into
too.
some spiritual
day.
practices, it's incredible.
I need to talk to
I've
you
had
more
s-
about 'em,
yeah, me
actually.
too. I actually I've had some recently that were mind blowing.
You know, I want to say, obviously, me and him are brothers.
Yep.
And there's not a more beautiful relationship, I feel, that is in the world. Not to go down a separate trap,
Yeah.
but me and him, we've seen some things together.
Yeah.
And you can't undo those things. We've learned things together from books, from plants, and we're locked in on this trip.
Yeah, we are.
And it's beautiful. It really is. It makes you not feel as alone.
Right.
So if you have somebody that you could possibly reach out to buckle down with this together, I bet it would make things a lot better. It definitely helps.
Totally.
Yeah, the Kava, I'm completely Kava-fied.
Me too.
I wish everybody out there, anybody, anywhere, nothing but love and happiness.
Yeah.
And I truly mean that.
Yeah.
I truly mean that. I don't want anybody to suffer.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like there's been so much suffering throughout history over the years, things we know about, things we don't know about.
Yeah.
Unspeakable amounts of suffering and evil that has taken place.
Yep, sure has, brother.
And
incredible evil.
The evil that has taken place doesn't have to continue to happen.
It's a result of low consciousness.
And anybody, any type of PTSD, I send you truly tears. I'm sorry. We are sorry for anything that anybody's ever gone through, because we promise you, when you start this path, it doesn't take long to realize that your pain is our pain.
Yeah.
And I'm not blowing smoke up your ass. I truly feel it. Sometimes, you know, I just start thinking about it, and I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
And me and him talk to each other all the time about this. we don't want to ever uh, try our best to never get in the way of somebody's happiness. That's not what we're here for. That's not being awoke. That's not being enlightened. We need to help each other. We have to be more compassionate in this world. This world is turning black on us. It's turning so cold. There's no heart in the world anymore. And we have to become more compassionate. Care about the random person. Don't call him a scum bum on the side of the road wanting money. This person is in a bad place.
And you have no idea. You have no idea what that person's been through, and
it's hard to say.
Also, you're not looking at a
that's you
complete
that is you
process.
That is me.
Yes.
That is him.
Yes.
We're all the same.
Yeah.
There's no difference in any of us. We're just looking at everything with a different set of eyeballs.
100%. But we're all human, and we all have the same, things we got to go through, and we can unite in that way.
As the beautiful Ram Dass said, be here now.
Yeah.
If you have something you're worried about a week from now, doesn't matter. Be here now.
Be here now. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Harness the lightning for hire.
Man is the Lord of the fire. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Are you ready to conclude?
I am ready. I'm going to try to do the chant one more time, actually.
All right.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Beautiful.
Everyone, have a great day.
Peace.
See you next time.